arty friends, how are you guys today? Lucy's right here. I might pick her up in a bit. So today we're going to be doing some just some gel printing with some stencils. Some are new to me, some they're not necessarily new, but they're new to me. And I'm inspired by, last night I was watching Handy Scandy, and she had like 5 plates going, and I was just like, yeah, I used to use plates like together, so I'm going to do that. Hi Laverne. And then the other person that inspired me when I was watching her was Teresa's Crafty-Cabana, and she was using bubbles, which I've done before, but we're not using bubbles. But one of the techniques she reminded me of is when you put a stencil down and then you kind of replace it and you offset it. So we're going to try some of that. And I thought what we would do before Lucy escapes, I thought we'll use the color cube. I'll let you guys pick a few color cube palettes, and then I'll pick from the ones that we pick what inspires me. Hi Dar, good to see you. And what else? I'm going to show you some Happy Mail and some things I bought. What I won't be showing you is the completed page from last what page, artwork journal page that we started last time with the where we're making the Christmas tree using a grid. I just haven't had time to be up in my room. My room's a mess. I've been working on getting ready for my mom's celebration of life, so I probably spent at least 20 hours working on the video montage for her and doing some stuff with my sister. So, well, Lucy says hi back, don't you? You say hi back to everybody? Yeah. Hi, Linda and Tim. Good to see you. And so I'm going to show some Happy Mail. She wants me to pet her. You see her? Look, watch her grab my... What are you doing? Are you going to grab my hand? Are you just going to lick me? Are you going to grab my hand? Oh. I'll put her beside me. Maybe she'll stay. You stay here. You stay with us. You stay with us. So I got some Happy Mail. One of the Happy Mails was from Janet, and I posted on Instagram, but I had forgot to post this little drawing that she did, which cracked me up. It says, hey mailman, deliver this cool stuff to this knucklehead. Thanks. So that cracked me up. And she sent it in a Tyvek envelope. So I think sometime next month we're going to do some play with Tyvek, because I've been wanting to. I have another Tyvek envelope. This is my second one, so now I have enough that maybe we can do something. And then I have this giveaway stuff I won from Dee Dee. She'll do these little, Dee Dee Willingham, she'll do these little postcard. She'll make little packs so you can make your own postcards. So I got sent one of those, and it had like some little Tim Holtz ephemera and stuff like that. Bye, Lucy. Are you saying bye now? Are you saying bye? Saying bye to everybody? She's like, no, maybe I'll stay. You're talking to me now. I'm talking to you, Lucy. And then Janet, she's going to start barking. Janet also sent me another one of her coloring pages. I'm not bossy, I just have better ideas. And look at how professional, and the background and stuff. And then she sent me another one for me to color, and it says, let's go wine tasting on the couch. That's perfect. I love it. I love it. And then she also sent me a watercolor paper with, she pre-drew on a pattern. She does a lot of this type of pattern for with watercolors on her YouTube channel, and she wrote, in case you want to try the Oblivious Mind art. So that's the channel that she I think it's Instagram, Oblivious Mind, and she does lots of cool stuff. Hi Deb. Let's see, Lucy's so sweet. Yes, I think so. Hi Diane. So that's some Happy Mail from Janet and Dee Dee. And then I was at the grocery store, and I posted this on Instagram too, and I saw this Cozy Christmas coloring book that I'd seen Cat and Paste show on her channel. If you like coloring and you don't follow Cat and Paste, you should follow Cat and Paste and Dee Dee Willingham. So there's lots of cute little images in that. That's sort of that cozy, cozy style. And this is actually a Coco Wyo book, and I don't have one of her books. Hi, Trudy. Haven't seen you in a long time. Oh, I'm sorry you have an infection there. Hopefully this will cheer you up. And Cat and Paste had also shown this How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I saw this at the grocery store as well. And I thought this might get my husband to color, because there's some fun, you know, nostalgic illustrations in here. And even if I like photocopy a page and then I put on like some cardstock and then I give him some alcohol markers so that he gets sort of that quick fix. So I think that's what I'll do, is I'll get him to pick out a page and I'll scan it onto a piece of paper for him to color, because I think, you know, it's a bit intimidating to have a big coloring book. I could even make it a bit smaller. Yeah, party mail envelopes from UPS are Tyvek. Although I heard that it's illegal to use to cut up the envelopes, but I mean, these have been used and, you know, whatever. And then lastly, I bought, you have the Grinch coloring book. Yeah, it looks really fun. So I'm looking forward to, maybe I'll color in it while he colors like a photocopy of it. We'll see if I can convince him to do that. And then I did buy this collage suit Festification. Dee Dee has shown it. I don't think we're going to use it today, but I'm thinking next week for our giveaway week, I'll do some postcards and we'll use some ephemera from this book to maybe make some snarky Christmas cards for a giveaway next week. Hi, Sherry. So that's all I have to show here. So we're going to go to the desk. I'm going to bring these color cube cards, and we're going to start off by picking some color cube numbers. So if you guys want to put in some choices for color cube cards between 1 and 500, I'm going to take the first 4 numbers and we'll pull those, and I'll see if any of them kind of inspire me, because my brain doesn't really want to be thinking. So let's go over to the desk. I'm going to pop you off of here. And if you get seasick, motion sick, maybe just close your eyes for a minute. We're just going to go over here. Nose is itchy. So I was looking forward to hanging out with you guys today. All right, and we're going to turn you guys around here. Okay, so that's the page that I started working on last week, but I did not complete it, so it's still not glued down. So hopefully I'll have that done by next time. US Amazon has Tyvek envelopes for sale. Okay, maybe I'll buy a few more, like I'll buy some Tyvek so I have more than 2 envelopes to play with. If you guys watch Messy Dye, the Messy Palette, I call her Messy Dye, she had a guest on and they were using Tyvek and like popcorn, like chip bags and stuff. And that was, I think, last week or the week before. So if you check out her channel, you might get inspired. I liked how she was showing it. So got my iPad going now. So I'm going to be watching chat over there. Okay, so we've got 455. I'm going to write these down. And then I'll pull the cards. I just need a sticky, a Post-it. Okay, so we've got 455, 76, and 48. And then we'll see what other number comes up while I'm pulling these. So we'll pick 4 cards and we'll go from there. All right, 455. So that would be in Color Cube Box 2. And Sarah Renee Clark, who made the Color Cube, she reinvented them. Some of the issues that I've noticed, she's addressed those. I don't think I'll be buying the new ones because I still have enough to keep me going for a while. Thanks for coming, people. and 84. Hi, Linda Gibbs. And 84. So I'm just pulling some color cube cards, and we're going to see what tickles my fancy. So that's 455, and then 76 is going to be in box number 1. So Linda is my color cube sister. We ordered them together to save on shipping. And we don't think we're going to order the new ones, at least not right now. Okay, 48. I need 48 and 76. All right, here's 48. Oh, that's kind of Christmassy. 76. And then we're going to get right to gel printing. So I'm too far. 76. Okay, here's 74. So 76 is more of a tropical theme. And what's the last one? 84. All right, so we've got quite a variety of color combinations here. So I think we can make something work. These are some cards I had pulled for some coloring book pages. So I tend to gravitate towards those vibrant colors. All right, so I'm going to move that over there. And we're going to try to do like multi-plate gel printing. Yeah, they are a bit expensive, especially they're from Australia. So, all right, which one is grabbing my attention to start with? I'm not typically like a brown person, but I'm also going to say I can use metallics like and black and white. So that could give us like a Christmassy vibe. I like these colors. Maybe we'll save this is kind of fallish, so let me just put these two aside for now. We might come back to that one or one of those, but let's start with this one, and then we'll move to that one. Okay, so let me grab a couple browns, a gray, and a red. I still have all my paints out on the counter from last week. I just haven't been up here at all, other than sorting through pictures. Okay, so we've got, that's pretty close to that red. This brown, a burnt umber, that's kind of that one. A lighter brown, I think that's pretty good. So it says silver, chocolate, dark brown, and scarlet. Silver, let's go ahead and just use silver, metallic silver. And then we can add black and white and some other metallics if we want to. I also have this, what's this called? Graphite, which is kind of, if I mix it with the brown, I might get more of this darker brown. So let's start with that. Okay, so we're doing this one for now. We're starting with card 48, and then we'll move on to card 84. This is kind of like Bizarro World. Hi, Utah. Linda said, it would be fun to do a color challenge and see if all the different projects everyone comes up with. Yeah. And one of the things, PM Artist Studio, they have in their makers Facebook group, they do have a color combo every month. This month, I think it's like some blues. I can't remember, but I should do, maybe I'll do that color combo and post it on Instagram. All right, so I'm feeling like I want to start with red. And we've got black here. We've got some white. Oh, and I do have this espresso Rich Espresso from last week, which is like a brown. So that kind of goes in with our theme. All right, let's start with red. And we're just gonna go ahead and, so one of the things that when I was watching, I want to say Nancy, Handy Scandy, hi Cindy, is like I said, she was using multiple plates. So before I roll that out, I'm gonna pick a couple stencils. So one of the stencils that is new to me is this one here. It's a PM Artist Studio stencil. And this is by Joan Miron, and I think it's pretty cool. It's called Wrought Iron, so we'll use that one. And I think this one's pretty funky too, this one here. This is Rhonda Dohna Marrakesh, so we'll use that at some point. So I'm gonna kind of do some flippy floppy stuff. And I don't have a plan. We're just gonna do some freestyle gel printing. And I don't really have a project in mind or anything. This is more about, I've been under a lot of stress, so this is more about stress relief, I think, today. And we're just gonna play with colors. So I'm gonna just put some on here, roll off onto the other plate. And we can go ahead and put this on here. And let's put this on here. And this is I pre-cut some medical exam paper. So we're going to do that. And we're just going to add layers and we'll see what happens. So I'm not printing without thinking, but I'm not thinking so much. So I really should use something to mash that down. So I'm going to pick that up. It's kind of cool. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on this one. Okay, and then we're going to get another piece of paper. Star. Star's putting in some links for you guys. Okay. Let's add some color to this one. Let's add this Rich Espresso. Gonna let that dry. I think I might get my fan out. So last week I apologize, but I forgot to turn on my mic. So hopefully today we'll get a bit of some noise canceling action going on. The other thing with the wrought iron stencil is if you ask for the bits, the outer and inner bits, you get some fun shapes with that. I'll just show you. Again, this is Joan Miron's. So you get like these outer bits are kind of cool and the inner bits are neat. So I think that's neat. That's my word of the day, neat. Hi, Belinda. Glad to know which papers I was referring to. Oh, yes. Yeah, I knew which ones you meant. They were perfect. I love them. They had the, Dee Dee was pulling out some old basic gray scrapbook paper, and I had given her a super chat and she put aside a set of paper for me that was very grungy looking, very gel printy. Okay, and let's see, what if we pick a bit of this up. Is the fan really loud or is it not too bad? Now she had another, maybe I should get another plate going. I think we have room. Let me do that. Because if we're waiting for drying time, it might be good to have another gel plate out. I haven't done this multi plate at once printing style in a while. Usually I print on one and then I move it out of the way, because this one's very wet. All right, let's put some black on there. It's not bad? Okay, good. It's just to get this, this one dry. I'll try not to use such thick layers for the rest so we can keep it moving. So instead of doing like roll-offs onto paper, you can roll off right onto a gel plate, right? So you can do that, do that, and that, do that. All right, so let's pick this up. And I think I'm actually going to put it down, face down on this one, but I'm going to offset it a little bit, which is one of the things I was reminded of when I was watching Teresa's Crafty-Cabana. So I'm just going to lightly roll that. I don't think this is how she offset, but and let's put this here onto this roll-off section just to see what we get. Okay, I'm going to turn this fan off now. Woo! Okay, and I think that's kind of neat. Let's take that off. And let's pick this up with the silver. That was one of our colors. It's the silver. So thanks for coming to hang out with me today. I appreciate it. So this, I'm going to pick it up on an actual good piece of paper. So I'll pick this one up on the 32-pound hammer mill. And I don't have a plan for any of these papers. So why don't I put some of this silver on there? This is a great way not to waste paint too, right? Okay, well, that's it. And let's pick this up. And what if we offset it on here? We got the silver down. I'm going to just offset that a bit. Just going to roll it just ever so lightly just to get all the little pitons down. Piton is a French term. Okay. And we'll let that dry. So here's the one that we just kind of added different layers to. All right, so we got, we haven't really used much of the brown yet. So let's use the, this burnt umber. Is that still wet? Yeah, that's still wet. This one's done. So that's kind of cool. So we've got, it's got our color combo in it. Maybe not the brown so much, although we did use that espresso, I think. Okay, let's use, what's on here? See, the thing is, when you do a bunch, you kind of forget what's where. I think I want to pick that one up with gold when it's done. This, let's do a brown over here, and we'll put on that Marrakesh stencil. And we could do an ombre of 2 of the colors. Oops. So I'm going to put the lighter brown. This one is burnt sienna. Now there's going to be a lot of browns. We'll probably have roll it off over here or maybe on here. We shall see. So I'm going to just kind of spread it. I got way too much paint. Let's do that. Chocolate. Who doesn't like some good chocolate, right? And got too much paint there, so I am going to actually roll it off over here because I need to just kind of okay. Maybe I'll roll it onto this. That's not too impressive. All right, let's grab this one here, this Marrakesh one. And that's got brown. What if we put it on top of this? I'm going to get a paper towel so I don't get the paint through on my hands. Hi, Missy. I missed you coming in, I think. I think our next color we're going to use is gold. So that's kind of So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up. Oh, I was going to put it right back down, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put it down on top of that paper, just on the side here, and then roll it. I'll just kind of do like, try to see if that paint, you can pick it up off of there. And it's not totally lined up, but that's okay. And I need and I don't want to leave it on there too long because it's a new stencil, so it'll stick. So this is what I did. I rolled it onto this medical exam paper. So just adding some layers. Like I said, I'm not a big, into browns, but let's see. I do have this one here too. This is Becky Bokern's Pop Dot Lichtenstein. And I'm just going to move that. So let's put those dots on here. Hi, Joe. Is that Joe Lou? Oh, hi, Jonna. Well, welcome. We appreciate you coming to visit. So that's very like blah, but it's a start of something. And then let's take that off. And let's put this on something else, but I'm running out of room. That's the thing, is you run out of room. So I'm just going to put this down on here like that, and we'll see if we can pick up some of that. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to keep these ones that want more layers, I'm trying to keep them in one spot. So we're going to use gold on this one now, I think. We'll come back to that. So I'm trying to put my stencils in one spot and the papers that need more layers. All right, gold. This is my favorite gold, is this one here. It Iridescent Precious Gold by Studio Acrylics. So if you're just coming in, I'm working on this color cube card 48. So we picked out some random numbers. So I'm going to be doing mostly, I think, prints from these two cards. We're starting with this one, and browns are not my go-to, so this is really getting me out of my comfort zone. And I'm quite zoomed out so you guys can see everything going on. I could probably zoom in just a smidge. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do gold, and then we're going to put some nice paper on that. Where's my good... I had some set aside. Where did I put it? Okay, let's grab out some more. So I got the 32-pound hammer mill. Okay, so let's do some gold. And then we'll probably roll it off onto this one. So I was inspired by Handy Scandy to do like this multiple plate session. Okay, and let's take this gold one off. And let's flop it onto that one over here. And we'll just lightly brayer it, see if some of that gold will come off. It might not, because gold dries pretty quick. Whoops. So yeah, no gold came off, but it's picking up some of the brown, which I'm not totally mad at. Look at that, that looks cool. Let's flop this down on here and see if anything will come off. I don't think it will, but. I'll show you that brown plate in a second. So we got some of that brown off. So you can see here, I should put a white paper under here. Let me put a piece of white paper so you guys can see. All right, so this is acrylic sign holder, so I can put paper in between the two sheets there. So see how that stencil pulled off some of the paint, which is going to be cool. It's going to give it like some texture. So I'm feeling we should put red on this one next. And this one, it's got gold, it's got red, it's got black. I'm just going to sort of flip it over. Okay, so we'll do a light brown on this one, or we could do a silver. Let's do silver. Do silver on that one. Okay, I'm just going to move this over here. And we've got this polka dotted one. Move these over a bit. Maybe I zoomed in too much. Okay, so is that dry now? See, the brown here is still wet. It was quite thick. Let's do red on this one, because that's part of our color cube card. But let's use our stencil and let's offset. Let's do an offset. Let's just do the holes. We'll kind of stagger them. Hi, Christina, 331. I think you won one of the giveaways at Dee's this morning, right? That's awesome. Okay, and let's just put that on here and just kind of brayer off on top to take off the excess paint. So that's something there. And we're gonna let this dry, and maybe we'll do silver and silver. This we still want to put red once it's dry. Let me put my little fan on. Ooh, did not like that. Okay. So I think this one's dry. This one's not. Let's see if this is. There we go. That's pretty good. That's our first layered print. I could have left it a little bit longer, but we're not going to worry about it too much. That'll add interest to our next one. So that's cool. I'll show you guys up close. So the brown and the red made kind of like a burgundy. So that's this color combo, right? Oh, you received some mail from me. Excellent. All right, so we're going to put that aside to dry, and we might add something to that side at some point. This is drying. Let's see, that's still really wet. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of scrunch down some of this leftover gold tissue up here where the brown was really thick. And we're just gonna, okay, so let's do silver, and let's put silver here, and then we'll add gold to that. So silver, and then on this one, let's put this one back down. We'll do that. Hi, Jolu. So Christina says burgundy is one of her favorite colors. That's awesome. So I'm going to put it on here. You know what's fun too is doing like a gold silver ombre. So let's do that. Let's get some gold ready here, just for fun. And this is wet, so I want one that's not wet. Okay, so we're going to do silver. Get this rolled out, and then we'll add paper to pick it up. We'll add some silver there. Okay, and then I'm going to put some paper and then we'll continue here. So this final pickup, I'm going to use the 32-pound hammer mill. So for the interim prints, I'm using more of the medical exam paper and the copy, just regular copy paper. So now we're going to try to ombre this. Gold to silver, and I'm not sure if that's going to spread those dots. Let's put this on here. Let's see, let's put it onto this one. Do I use the colored cube cards all the time or just sometimes? Just sometimes. When let's say I don't want to make a decision, or let's say I'm looking for, especially coloring books, if I'm looking for some inspiration with coloring books. Okay, I'm going to put gold on this one. And I'm going to pick it up partly on that part there. Let's go this way. And then let's go ahead and put our gold here. And should we do another layer of that? Let's do that. Let's do gold. And let's we'll put the same stencil down. And then we'll pick it up with red, I think. So we've got gold. We're going to take this I'm going to put it here, and I want to offset it, but I can't see the pattern well enough. Oh, there we go. There's a pattern. So I'm going to offset it a little bit there. And this is that's kind of cool. And I'm going to pick that up. And then we're going to pick that one up with red, I think. And yeah, I'll leave that. I still have this one that I haven't really done anything more to. I think that could use some gold or something, right? But I don't want to do that one. Okay. Hey, April. I didn't see you sneak in. I don't see you. You know what? I don't think I have all chat on. Let me go to all messages. Sorry if I missed anybody. Hey, April. All right, and here's our little polka dot one. This one kind of gives me like vintage Christmas vibes. You guys can see that. I like that. And let's see, I think this one's, I'm going to call that one done. I think that one's done. And this one's done on this side. We still have this side we could add something to, but I don't know what yet. And then this is done. We could definitely add some dots, I think, over there. Maybe, let's see, or add some red. Maybe add some red to that one. All right, this is not quite done. Let's go ahead and use this plate to add some red to this one. So let's get the red out. Woo! I just came in, work is cray cray. They want you to work today. Well, that sucks. So these color cubes are good at making you use maybe a palette you wouldn't like, because this brown is not usually my jam. Okay, so we're going to use the dots we said, right? That's more dots. To this piece here. I don't know exactly where it is, but okay. And we got that, and we can add, I like this as is, I don't want to add a layer to it. But this side here is a little bit wah-wah, so we could try to add the red over there. So I'm just doing like a flop off. I didn't get a lot, that's okay. Hey View, good to see you. So have you been getting out your jelly plate? All right, so this one is ready. We could do an ombre of red and that dark brown. We do red here where the gold is and dark brown here where the silver is, and then kind of mix them together. Let's try that. So we'll do brown. Is that what I said? Ooh. Hey Jackie, thanks for coming. Okay, and then maybe we'll do, that's already got brown. We could put the brown onto here. It's kind of wet though, it's not bad. All right, so let's put that there. Turn this off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to brayer over this dotty stencil here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're going to do, and we'll put brown here. Okay, so we're going to do red at the top, and then we're going to, oh, maybe that's too strong. It's too strong. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to do brown here. Kind of mess this one up, but that's okay. You don't know unless you try. And then we're going to just kind of smooth this out a little bit. I'm not pushing very hard there. I'm going to put some 32-pound hammer mill. So last week, I don't know if you guys remembered, I was talking about going to Costco after my stream. So I go to Costco and I get all my stuff and I come home and wouldn't you know it, I've got like a big black mark across my cheek. All right, so we didn't pick this up. Let's see if we can pick that up here. Might be too dry. So the paint has to be wet to stick to the paper. So that was kind of a fail, but we didn't ruin the good part of that. And then we still want to add red to this one. This one should be ready to go. There we go. So there. So that's the wrought iron. We offset it with the gold and the silver. So that's cool. I like that. Very 3D look. It kind of goes with it's kind of like the opposite of this one, right? I still want to add something to this. I'm thinking gold, maybe like just a shimmer of gold, like a full, just gold over top. Okay, so let's do red here, and then we'll put extra there. And let's see if I have another stencil. I do have my creeping vine stencil. We can do that one. Okay, red. And then I think we'll start transitioning to the other color card. The big black bark was on my cheek, on my face. It went from my ear to halfway across my cheek. Oh, I meant to put that there. Okay. We're gonna use that as like a little mixing palette. You know what? I'm gonna leave that and I'm gonna pick it up with another color. No, I'm not. Change my mind. I'm gonna do a full red. Full red. there. Use this one here. Diane says, I usually have paint on underarm from hitting the brayer while I work. You mean like this? So this is the stencil we used last week quite a bit. This is my newest design called Creeping Vines. Oh, and I'm going to be interviewed by PM Artist Studio on their channel on December 10th. I'm wondering if I just do, let's see if we can. So I'm just brayering on top of the stencil just to get like a little bit of a hint of a pattern. That's our red. I think that might be a good transition into the other color palette, but we want to do gold on this one first. And so here we have dots two ways. That's the Pop Dot Lichtenstein. Hi, Joyce. Okay, and let's see, is this one ready? That one's ready. And this has the brown from the, you can see the gold and the silver from the Marrakesh, and then a little bit of the wrought iron here at the top. Okay. Now I want to do gold on this, so let's put gold here and then we'll brayer off there and then I'll stick that on top. Yes, I know. Diana, I think I have to make myself a pact that I'm going to start looking in the mirror before I leave home. I just want a really thin layer here. Mostly to knock some of that brown back. Okay, and then we can lift this up and I could try to put it on here. Is it gonna? Sure, let's go for it. I don't know that there's enough gold. That was still wet. A smidge. Just a smidge. So we could definitely add more layers to that one. Okay, and let's see. I think this is ready, this one here. So we added just a little bit of gold. Woo, that really knocked it back. I can see on an angle, but now I feel like we have to bring some of that brown back with the Marrakesh. Okay, let's bring the brown back. So I'm going to put the dark brown. And we're gonna do this. And I'm just gonna try to put it on right away. Let's just go ahead and put that on here. Put the Marrakesh like that. Let's pick it up on here. Take this off, put this one back on. And it's wrinkly because it's wet, but that's okay. Okay. And let's see if we can get just a hint of that brown on here, but we'll offset it just to see. That's wet. I don't want a wet roller. This is making my brain work. I thought, oh, we'll just do some color cube cards and we'll just kind of play with some different colors. Then it won't be too much of a hard on my brain. It's hard on my brain. That's okay. All right, so we layered on there. You can see a little bit of the outline of the Marrakesh there. A little bit of gold, not crazy gold. This we still need to pick up. And then here it is with the ombre of the red. So it's a double ombre. It's an ombre, but not a very good gold to silver ombre because I had the silver on. It was sort of dried before I put the gold, but anyhow. So it's gold to silver ombre and then a brown to red ombre. The brown to red was a little bit better, but not the best. So that brown and that red together make a really nice deep color, I think. I like that pattern. That's cool. No wet rollers. Writing this down. All right, this is really wet. We could try to pick it up. Wonder. Do I have something? Don't know. Let's try it just on here and let's see if it's wet enough to pick up. Because the brown doesn't dry as fast as the metallics. So. All right, so after this, we're going to have some somewhat clean plates, and let's switch to the other color, to the color card. So we've been working on color card 48, which is silver, chocolate, like a darker chocolate, dark brown, scarlet. And for the scarlet, I used this cadmium red medium hue. Because you can use the tint, which is lighter, and the shade, which is darker. So I'm not too particular when I do these. Hey, Handy Scandy Nancy, I was talking about you. You inspired me to pull out all my, well, not all my plates, but a bunch of plates, work on a bunch at a time. You make it look effortless. I'm struggling with my brain a bit more. Burnt umber I used for that chocolate. And then this one I used burnt sienna for that lighter chocolate. I used a bit of this espresso, and I think I used some black. I didn't end up using white, but I did use this silver metallic. So now we're going to go, I'll show those prints real quick for those coming in, and then now we're going to go to this 84. So these are the prints from that color card. So that's more of like an off thing. That's more like a final print. This one here. And this one here. Nancy says, I guess I thrive in a bit of chaos. It is hard when you're trying to explain what you're doing. And then I like this one. This one's got the black on it. This one's more of a red with the red and the brown made like a burgundy color. And then that's the back of that one. And then this one. And then we've got this one here that we just pulled. And this one here. And I'm going to just pull these last two. So brown is not really my jam, but I do like red with gold. So that made me a little bit happy. Let me just throw those over there. Excuse me. I was explaining earlier that I've been a bit busy with my mom's celebration of life. So there. So we pretty much obliterated those layers that we had behind here, like the wrought iron one. They're not very visible, but I still like it, and I like the crinkling that we got. Yes, but you did a great job with your voiceover. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to do a voiceover, especially when you're speeding up the film, because you've speeded up your recording because you don't want it too long, but then to talk, and sometimes you don't remember what you did after, so you're trying to talk as it goes and you're trying to explain what you were thinking, but sometimes you can't remember what you were thinking. It's tricky. Like, people think, oh, I hate voiceovers. Voiceovers they're not easy. All right, so that one we had some brown and some of the red, and I like that. I like how it, we got more of a deep color and then the lighter color, and then that was the Creeping Vines stencil. So I like that. And then, like, now I don't even really remember how this happened, but it's kind of fun when you watch the recording back when you've done something, and you're like, oh, right, that's how I did it. And then you could take notes, I guess. All right, so now we're going to transition to this one, which is crimson. This is more of a crimson, I think. Alizarin crimson hue. It's kind of like verging on pink, but we'll do that. Mulberry. Now, I know I have a dioxazine. Do I have a mulberry? Mulberry. It's like an eggplant kind of color, isn't it? And then we have magenta. So this is primary magenta. We could use that. Yeah, use that. I'm still looking for mulberry. Let me check my little, I've got this Mart set of like a bunch of different specific colors, which is kind of handy when you're looking for something, you know, that you don't necessarily have, right? So I have this one here, it says violet. I think that's mulberry enough. And then we have meadowlark and artichoke. Now this green, I know I used it last week, but looks like I put it away. La la la. Ooh, I do have this prism violet, which may be more mulberry. Where's that green? I know I had that metallic green. This metallic green's kind of like, maybe it's not that artichoke color. Which one's more mulberry? I'm going to go with that one. And then this is that meadowlark? Let's get out this little one again. And then I'm letting myself add metallic. Hi, Carla. Okay, so I'm looking for meadowlark. That's maybe too bright. Maybe I can use up some of my craft paint. No. I know I had a green that wasn't metallic. Where did it go last week? Maybe we'll use this green gold as the meadowlark color. I just find that's too, we'll keep it as a standby. And then we want like this dark green. Oh, there we go. Sap green. Okay. we're letting the color gods pick for us. And I'm trying to use stencils that are not new, but new to me. Okay, so that's our lineup. Okay. I got all these ones from last week, kind of. Oh, gold, you don't go too far from me. I like you. Oh, here's that other one. This is the deep green that I thought that I used last week. I think this one is closer. Yeah, I think this is too deep. Too deep, like this. Okay. All right. Yeah, so check out Nancy, Handy Scandy. She's got some great videos. Okay, I'm going to put these aside with our card, and we can do a flip through at the end again. Now we're starting afresh. Okay, let's see. I do have this one from Eddie Makes Art. This one is called Diamond Rings. I think this would be cool. Let's start with that. Let's do this mulberry, which is actually, we call it violet. So we got about another hour. So we did 1 hour of the red and chocolate combinations, and now we're going more with the bright, vibrant colors that I love. I don't mind explaining while I'm doing it. It helps me think through it. It helps me kind of reason what might work best. Like, I don't mind. I find it easier to explain it as I'm doing it than to do the voiceover and explain after the fact. Because by then I don't really remember. I don't remember what I was doing. Okay, so we got that. And then one of the things I really liked that Nancy was doing, she was taking her stencil and just kind of putting it on the next one. Let that dry. Now, I've been gel printing for a while, but sometimes you do something and then you forget about it and you don't do it anymore. And it's great to watch other people. You learn something new, and you also relearn maybe things that you had used to do, you know, but you forgot about. Now, when I'm using this color card, I don't have to have all the colors on one print. I think that's a bit much to ask. So let's see. So we use the mulberry. I'm going to put these somewhere where I see them. Let's go ahead and use let's use this deep green one. And let's use, just seeing what's going to play together from what I have here. Those going to play well. Those might play well together, those two. Let's do that. Let's do green with the Marrakesh over here. And this one has a little bit of that crackle left over, the brown crackle. And this we're calling, what are we calling this? We're calling this artichoke. Ooh, that's a lot of green. Woo! I think I'm gonna have to roll that off within one place, but we're just gonna, let's just do that. We'll just roll it off here. It's pretty good. And I'll just do, roll off over there. Okay, and then we're gonna do that. And let's do more of the dots again on this little one. Okay, and I'm just going to use a copy paper for this. Hi, Yvonne. Good to see you. Thanks, Dar. Dar put in Nancy's YouTube. She's handy scandy. And she also has a very lovely speaking voice. She's got nice little expressions, and her voice is very easy to listen to. Okay, that's that. We need to pop that onto something. I'm just gonna use this brayer. Okay, I'm gonna take this with the green and I'm gonna flop it onto here. Trying to kind of line it up a little bit. And then I'm using this dry brayer to just kind of push it down. So we've got just a hint of that. Okay, so I've got very sporadic little dots there. I think I should needed to press that a bit more. Okay. We'll do that, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to push it on here, and we'll see if any of those dots come off, like the reverse dots. Ooh, look at that. Even took off some of that brown. I think we'll call this this will be our dot pickup page. We'll see if we can add more. Okay, so we've used the crimson. No, we used the mulberry and the sap green, which is we're calling artichoke. So let's use magenta. Let's use the magenta on here, but let's put it through this, and then I'll roll it off there. Ooh, it's got a bit of a booger. So if you missed the beginning, I was explaining that I haven't been in my room very much this week. I've been getting ready for my mother's celebration of life, which is on Saturday. So it'll be nice to do that, to see family that's coming for that, and not move on, but you know, find time. Let's take this, and I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second, and let's just pop that onto there. See what we get. Okay. And then we do the same thing? Let's see if there's anything left to go on to this one. It's still a little bit wet. So just a hint of that magenta on there, and then more than a hint on here. And let's put this back. Now with the cube, color cube, I'm still letting myself use metallics and black and white. So, okay, so we used the artichoke, the mulberry, the crimson. We just used the magenta. So we still, did we use the, yeah, we started with the crimson. No, we didn't use crimson yet. We used the mulberry. And we still want to use some of this green, which I feel like putting it on here. Or, now the light green, the green gold, is going to make that mulberry get a little bit brown, but that's okay. Well, Diane, that would be even more overwhelming. I mean, ours was not an unexpected situation. I can't even imagine what you went through. I just, my heart goes out to you for sure. That's just so hard. And let's put just a smidge of this. Now remember, my plates are a little bit yellow, so they don't really show the true color. Let's use a little bit of kind of, Jackie Bernardi calls this skip rolling. When you kind of like, I call it random rolling, but she calls it skip rolling. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to use this to kind of spread it. Ooh, that's got, let's use this one. No, let's use this one. Multiple brayers are good. Just trying to mix those two greens together so it's not too, okay, there we go. And then let's just go ahead and pick that up with our 32-pound hammer mill. Oh, thanks, Missy. Yeah, it was back in October while I was away, actually, when I was in Japan. Okay, so we still haven't used this crimson. I feel like picking this one up with either, let's do magenta, put our stencil on again, like offset it. Or no, let's do, yeah, let's do magenta, put our stencil on, pick it up, and then pick it up, do the final pickup with gold. We'll see what that looks like. So we're going to use, so this is the magenta. That's a lot of magenta. Let's go ahead and put it on here. And it's going to offset this a little bit. And let's just pick it up with this one. And I still have some paint on here. Feel like, should we try to get more of these dots? Oh, I don't want to wreck it. Let's just do it on here and see what happens. Okay. That's kind of cool. And this is still wet, so I think we could pick it up. What if we just put it right in the middle of this one? Okay, and I feel like this one needs, so this one we're going to be adding gold. Add gold to this one. Okay. So we're going to pick that up. Let's just do that, because why not? I don't think much is going to come off of that, but maybe it will. All right. I think this is ready to come off. So this is kind of what we do on a regular basis, but instead of taking the plates away and bringing them back, they're just all on the desk at the same time. Okay, here's this one. So we've got the, what's that one called? Eddie's stencil. I'm blanking on the name of it. I can't remember. What's it called? Diamond rings. So we've got diamond rings, and then we've got the Marrakesh is like the fine lines. That's cool. I like it. And we're going to add gold to this one. This one we could add, should we add that bright green? I'm not sure if we should add that bright green. We haven't used the crimson yet, but the mulberry kind of turned into crimson. Let's see. So there's that. I like how luminous these dots here look with the magenta, and then with these in the background. Cool. All right. Let's see. I feel like we should add some dots to this one. Let's do it through the stencil. Let's use the crimson, do the crimson dots, excuse me, and then we'll flop it onto this one. So I'm just going to move this out here for a second, just to get that ready. This is pretty dry now, but let's just do this. So crimson. Okay. I don't think I used the crimson yet. Okay, let's put this down here. I'm using a different roller because the other one's quite wet still. But we could roll it on here. I think we'll see some dots. That's different, hey? It's kind of like squishy dots. Oh, I almost left that too long. That almost got stuck. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Crisis averted. Woo! There. Okay. So this we're going to add to here, weren't we? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to plop it down. Okay, and then we're going to add gold to this one. What if we do an ombre of the two greens to pick this one up? I'm just going to move this over here while it's drying, because to do a good ombre, I do better if it's like this way. So we're going to do light green to the dark green. So we're going to do this. Instead of using this green gold, which is, I find it's difficult to ombre two different viscosities. So to ombre green gold liquid or fluid, high flow fluid, with this one, which is thicker, would be very difficult. So I'm just going to use these two. That's my feeling. All right. So I'm going to put that. We might lose these patterns with that dark green, but okay. So I do find the easiest thing to ombre with is with the big roller that's almost as big as your plate, but you can do it with the smaller roller. So sometime, maybe today, I'll show that. So I'm going to just kind of, I'm going back and forth. I'm moving over, and I'm getting a nice smooth gradient. It's definitely easier to ombre when two colors are like very similar, right? Like these are just different shades of green. Now I'm not pressing as hard, I'm just pressing really softly now. I'm trying to get some of those lines out, so I'm barely touching. Put this down. And I would like to roll this on something. I was not quite on my mark there. Should we roll it on here? Sure. Okay, so we just took the ombre that was on the brayer and we added it to this one. So we're getting some grunginess. All right, I'm going to put this one back straight and move this over here. So we still want to pick this one up with gold. I'm reminding myself. This should be ready to pull. Ooh, I like the distressed polka dots down there too. Ooh, I like that. Isn't that fun? That's super fun. That's like, to me, that's Christmas. Okay, I'm going to put that, it's still quite wet. I'm going to put it somewhere. Remind me, that one's somewhere else. Now, let's, should we add another color of dots here? Let's take that. So I'm going to offset it a bit. Like that. And let's add these, the mulberry, or should we add green? Let's add mulberry. Now I'm going to want somewhere to flop that off to, aren't I? Not that, not that. I'm just going to put this page down. What we'll do is we'll flop it onto here, And then we'll take this off and flop the rest onto there. It's really juicy. So after this, I'm going to take Lucy for her walk, or her tootle, as I like to call it. I think I lost some of those dots, but that's okay. And I'm just going to press that gently, like so. And then we're going to put that back down and press it again. So my friends in the US there, you guys have your Thanksgiving tomorrow, right? So a lot of you are probably out shopping. If you're watching this replay later, I appreciate it. I like that. Let's see if we get more off here. It still feels wet. Now this is my 12 by 14 plate. This one here I call Big Peggy. And I like that one because it really, you can get a full sheet, like a full print covered, right? An 8 by 11 covered. So that's just taking off a bit of that extra grunginess there. Not fab, but not nothing. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. That's kind of cool. This is still wet. Let's use the gold on here. And then, I wish I had somewhere to put it though. Oh, maybe this is done. That's good, good enough. So there's this one. Okay. So we're going to do gold, and then we'll put gold down here, and then what should we do with the gold? I'm feeling Marrakesh. I think I'm feeling Marrakesh. Hey, Joanne. How you feeling? Yes, tomorrow. Belinda says tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Now, if you know what you're planning to do with your prints, then it's maybe easier to pick what paper you want to pick up with. So if I was planning on doing a collage where I wanted thin papers, I would use thin papers for these pickups, but I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Just going to put that on there. I want to get a good piece of paper for this one. So that's my, when I say good piece of paper, that's my 32-pound hammer mill paper that I learned about through PM Artist Studio, and I really love it. It's got a really nice feel to it. Joanne, you like the green yellow? Excellent. I'm thinking it would be fun to do the light green yellow on here. I'm not sure. All right, now let's see if we can pick up some of that gold off of this one. Now, when you're using this many plates at once, it's kind of hard to remember where you're at. That's very subtle, hard to see. Okay, let's do, so that's going to be predominantly, what's that one? Marrakesh. Let's do one. Let's do black. Ooh, I have an idea. We're going to do black, and then we're going to fill it in with an ombre of all of these colors. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put black down first. because we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. You're going to get a snowstorm. Oh, this has gold on it, doesn't it? Oh well. Then there'll be some gold showing. I kind of forgot about the gold there. Okay. We'll have a gold pattern on top of the black. Black and gold are so good together. Okay, now that is a lot of black. I need to find something. I took a bit of the black off there. I'm burning off most of the black on another piece of paper. And then with just a little bit of black I have left, I'm just kind of rolling over that for some grunginess. Like a rubbing, it's like a rubbing. Okay, so now we wanted to put this down. And then pick up, should we put it on this? Sure. So Joanne's, and your knee's much better. Oh, that's good. Jackie's cooking greens and black-eyed peas. Nice. Okay, and I want to get, I think I want to get quite a bit out of that. I want to get a little bit more out of there. Let's use this one. A little bit of black for some contrast. Okay. Just added a little layer of grunge to that one. Lift this up. And then actually we can take this one back and brayer this on top just to see. Woo! Okay, so we're going to ombre this one. That'll be our finale piece. All right. Okay, and this one, not sure. Oh, this plate has a little divot in it. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to use my matte medium. See that? I think there's like a little dent there. Or it could be I just didn't push there enough. I'm going to use a little bit of matte medium with my finger. Oh, sorry, that was really loud. Just going to put a little bit on my finger. And I'm going to just put it on the back side of that little bit of paint. And then we're going to put it back down. And then that's going to act like a transparent glue. All right, so this one is dry. What should we do? Let's see what we've got already. Decide what we're missing. So this I'm gonna let dry. So this is kind of leftovers. That's kind of leftovers. That's leftovers. So this is the magenta and crimson and mulberry with the two greens. And that's the magenta with the two greens. Maybe something else. Magenta, the greens. And then that's like really the bright green. So I don't think I want to do bright green on this one because we've got the bright green here. We've already got, what if we do, we got an ombre of the greens. Here we got the mulberry colors. What if we do an ombre? Let's try the gold silver ombre again. Let's do that. Letting that dry. We still have to pick this one up. Okay, let's try the gold silver ombre. I'm going to try to do it sideways. Okay, gold. And I think I'm going to do it on this paper. I think it'd be nice to have it quite thin. It might get a little bit wrinkly though, but that's okay. So I'm going to actually brayer this off onto this one and onto this copy paper here. Move that up a little bit. Or let's do gold in the middle and silver on the outsides, like a double ombre. So none of this is earth-shattering. We're just playing. Just play and have fun, see what happens. It doesn't have to be rocket science. Okay, so we're going to do an ombre. Smoosh over there. We're going to smoosh over this way. We're keeping that gold in the middle. And I've got a bit too much silver on that far side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my other brayer here, and I'm just going to lift a little bit of that silver off that side because it was way too much. Okay. And then let's pick this up with this. We'll just stick that on there. Okay. So I think this will be interesting when it sort of crackles. And then if you glue this transparent or thin piece onto something else, you'll see the crackles through it. Okay, this one, I think that one's ready. This one, I think we're still waiting for that to dry. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to put these two aside. I'm going to rotate this one. I'm going to try to do a five ombre. So we're going to do the magenta here, the mulberry, the crimson, this one. I think I'm going to switch these two. I'm going to put the mulberry there and the crimson here, and then we're going to do that meadowlark and then the green. Comme ci, comme ça. Now I want to use this brayer and it's still wet, so I'm going to actually I'm just going to use a baby wipe to clean it off. Yeah, the snow can get pretty scary. I live close to Edmonton, which is pretty far north, and usually by now we have lots of snow, knock on wood, but we don't really have snow on the ground yet. So that's very unusual. I mean, we do have the odd Christmas where there's no snow yet. It does happen, but it's not the norm, that's for sure. Usually we have snow. If we don't have snow by Halloween, we're usually happy. Okay, just trying to dry off this brayer. Okay. So I think I'll zoom you guys in for this one. And then we'll be zoomed in for the review of the prints. So that's, yeah, we're just gonna do this poll and we'll do a review of the prints. So I'm gonna alternate them. That's another way to ombre, is you, oops, it's a bit much. going to spread that like that. Is you stagger them. I know Patricia feels that's a good, like a good method for ombreing. I don't really know if it is or not. And this is kind of neat. This has sort of sections that can help you. If I wanted to do math, I could probably figure out what to put where, you know. So I'm just putting out all my paints. These two are going to be interesting. It's a very yellowy green, so we might get a nice sort of orangey color, or we might get mud. Oopsie, I was supposed to alternate. I forgot. I'll put this one up there. Okay. All right, so and I'm going to just roll off on the side here. Actually, I'm going to roll off here. It rolls off better if it's squishy. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed. I'm going to start in the middle. Go this way. I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to do, ooh, roll off. And then here, I'm just going to kind of try to, oh, that's very crooked. I don't know why that's so crooked, but that's okay. I need another sheet. And then, I need another brayer. Where's my other brayer? Here it is. Just kind of light, oh, took too much off. I just ruined it. I just ruined it. Oh well, that's okay. That's life. So even if you make a mistake, you can learn from it. So what I'm learning, what I learned there is just don't fiddle fart too much. It was going to be pretty. Oh, coucou Simone, merci d'être venue. Je vais regarder en replay parce que c'est très tard. Ok, merci de venir. Je vous souhaite une bonne, mais c'est pas journée là, c'est le soir. Une bonne soirée. And my French is not the best, so that was my French. That was my broken French. Okay, I'm going to take that and we're going to, oh, see there was a big wrinkle there. That's okay. And I'm just going to try to get the rest of that off. This is very wet, very, very wet. So that's kind of our ombre. It got a little muddy there. I overmixed it, I think. Let that dry. Okay, let's pull this one. So this was our ombre of the silver to gold to silver. I like it. It's kind of cool. That would make nice gift wrap. Look at that one. I'll bring this one up for a little wiggle in a second. Yolande is a French name. I say Yolande, but it's actually Yolande. Okay, and let's see if this, let's pull this one and see if our repair worked. Remember we had that little divot right up here. So there we go, we got reattachment. Houston, we have reattachment. Okay, so right there we had the divot. So I just use a little bit of the matte medium to weld it together. So that, I like it. So that's the Marrakesh, and it's layered and offset. So it was green, right? I can't remember now. Cool, I like it. All right. Merci. All right, and then this is the one that we just did, the simple polka dots. What's it called? Dot Lichtenstein. And we picked it up with an ombre of gold and silver. And you can see how the gold affected the color of the dots, right? So that's kind of freaky. That would make nice wrapping paper. Okay, this one I don't think is ready yet. So to recap, that was our crimson and mulberry gel session. I'm going to move these out of the way and we're going to do a review. And then we'll pull that last one with the multiple ombre at the end. Just move this out of the way. I can't wait to clean up my room. It's been neglected. It's been neglected. I feel like life has been a little bit on hold. And also, if you were here last week and missed the beginning, I showed that I didn't have a chance to work on this one that we started last week, but hopefully I'll get that finished before next week. Okay, so let's do a review of this set. From this color card is card 84 from Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube edition 1. And then we'll do these ones. Okay, so, and then we'll pull this one last. So this is Cube 84, card 84, Crimson, Mulberry, Magenta, Meadowlark, Artichoke. And I mean, I wasn't like right on with all the colors, but you know, we did our best. I'm just going to get a piece of cardstock so I can hold it better. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to wait to see if I'm on camera yet. So this one's very simple. This one was just a roll off that had the dots in the brayer, right? Or was it over top of the stencil? I can't remember. You forgot the marshmallows for the sweet potato souffle. We usually had marshmallows and pecans on ours, and one time my sister burnt the marshmallows quite a bit, and it was at my house. So that's neat. I like that one. So print 1. Mwahahaha. I'm not going to count them all. And then this was just the roll off of the ombre that we attempted with this. Kind of like that. So you could add a layer on top of that. That's still drying. This was some of the dots picked up with gold, I think. This is the one we just talked about. The silver and the gold for the pickup. Well, thanks, Deb. And that's the Marrakesh layered and offset. And I'll just put this here. Remember, this is what we're doing. This is just kind of brayer off, roll off, flop off. Friendsgiving, that's nice. And this was a flop off, squish off, flop off, roll off. And this was a combination of a bunch of those things as well. And then here, this is one of the more fine, like the more finished prints. This is a few layers. There's a bit of gold left over from the plate from the first color combo. Those pop dots do make me happy. They are very happy. And then this was flop off and then a roll off and maybe a couple flop offs. I can't remember. And then this one, these were roll offs and then this was a pickup from the 5x7 plate. And then this is a few different layers. This one gives me stained glass vibes or Halloween vibes or something. All right, so that was the first card. This one, we still have to pull this one, that's part of that card. And then the other card, with the first card we did was this one. Thanks, View. This one is the card 48, silver, chocolate, darker chocolate, dark brown, and scarlet. And these aren't necessarily my go-to colors, but we made it work. So we got that. I have a question for you all while I'm showing these. Is your color preference, like not the prints I did, but just in general, like the color card preference, is your color palette closer to 84, like your preferred color palette? Would you rather work with 84 or 48? Type in the number in chat of which color palette appeals to you more. And then this one, we kind of obliterated all the layers underneath. We had some cool wrought iron under there, but we lost it. That's okay. So I think a layer of transparent paint over here would be good. Thanks, Star. I like this one. This one's quite grungy. It's like you kind of look at it and you're not sure what the patterns are. Like there's a bit of wrought iron, there's a bit of Marrakesh, there's something that was on the plate before. I do like red once you add the gold, but just with browns, I don't know. So we've got 484 so far. I'm with you. I like this. I like those two. That's kind of cool. That's very sort of vintage Christmas vibes. Oh, I'm going to pull out my colored soup. Not colored soup. What's that called? Collage soup. I'm going to pull that out and show you guys, and we're going to do that next week. I like this one. This is like a combination of roll off and flop off, and it's got the silver and the gold. That one's quite striking, quite unintentional. View's getting burnt out with 84. Yeah, I feel ya. And then here, I didn't do a good job of ombreing the gold to the silver, so I had to redeem myself with that other print. But I would probably cut that and make a postcard and use that for something else. I don't like that stark line down the middle. And then this was the 5x7 plate. That's kind of cool. I like how delicate the red shows up. Got the silver and you got just that little hint of a line of red. That's cool. And then I like the offset of the dots there. And then this one was I like that. That's with the wrought iron stencil. That's pretty cool. How we got more of a burgundy when we added the scarlet and the brown together. And then that's the other side. This dot stencil is very versatile. And then that one, I think that might be one of my favorite. I'm not sure which is my favorite print. It might be this one. This one's kind of looks like almost primitive, like tribal, like all the different, like offsetting the wrought iron. You got lots of different lines in there. Okay, so that was those. This was these. Let's get a different one on the top. I wouldn't say that's my favorite. This one's pretty cool. Okay, and then we're going to pull this one. Is it ready? Yes. Ooh, that's interesting. Remember I had the gold that I forgot was on there until I was putting the black? So it does have That's really cool. Okay, this is the best print of the day, I have to say. Look at that. So we had the crimson, the mulberry, the magenta, the green, the like yellow gold, no, this light green with the magenta gave us this sort of orangey color. And then it went to that dark green. That is cool. And then you have a little bit of that gold over top of the black that we put on there. I like it. That's my favorite. That's the winner chicken dinner. Right? So even though it looks like spring, it doesn't have to, your print doesn't have to look like spring, you know? It just depends how you layer it, and like if you add black or white or gold or silver, then you can get different effects. All right, so next week is the first week of the month. So I usually try to do a giveaway the first week of the month. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some postcards using some of these images from the Collage Soup Festivication. So Dee Dee had showed this book I think a couple weeks ago. Some of it's cutesy, some of it's quirky. So right now we're in the cutesy section. And then we're going to start getting to the quirky. I like how these look like stickers. That's kind of cool. And then we're getting sort of quirky. So that's quirky. I like the quirky. I don't mind the cutesy, but I prefer quirky. Like that's quirky. I like that. I don't know what this is. I remember Dee Dee showed, I think it's a bell. I think it's a bell. And then we've got some Hanukkah, some Santa Clauses. This guy's quirky. These are creepy. I like these. Dee Dee used these cats, I think. Little dogs. Some sweets, some Hanukkah, some ornaments. Oh, I like these. These Santas are cool with the blue. I like those. And then some, is it Kwanzaa? I can't remember. Those are pretty. These ladies made me laugh. We'll definitely use these ones next week. These Screaming Lady. So we're gonna make some quirky, fun postcards for giveaways next week. So I hope you guys can all join me next week, and some anime. So when I saw Dee Dee showed this book, I was like, oh, the first time she showed, I'm like, oh, I should put that in my cart. I had it in my cart, and then I kind of saved it for later. These are super quirky. I saved it for later, and then on Monday she was using it or showing it again. I'm like, okay, I have to press the buy button. These are very Americana for Christmas. I'm not really sure. These are fun little toys. Those would be fun on some postcards. Ooh, those guys are fun too. What I'll do is I'll probably pick out some pages ahead of time and then scan them in so that I don't feel bad cutting them up, because I don't like having to pick a side. I'm like Switzerland. So that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to do some gel printing and some postcards for giveaways. Ooh, creepy. That looks like a Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anybody else? Do you see that? I see Rocky Horror Picture Show right there. We could put like one of these hats on them. All right, so that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to work with the festification. So thanks so much for coming. So I think what we'll do is for the thumbnail, we'll probably show this one. And I don't know what your favorite print was from the first set, but I feel like mine was this one here. So maybe that will be something like that for a thumbnail. Yeah. So I don't know if my chat froze or everybody left. If you're still here, give me a little wave. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Thanks, Joe Lou. And I appreciate everybody coming to my streams. I was really looking forward to today. I just needed to hang out and relax. And I'm very happy to, you guys certainly helped my day. I'm very happy that you felt that I made you smile today, Deb. Thank you, Cindy. So on Saturday, I have my the celebration for my mom's celebration of life for my mom, and then the following week we should be back to regular energy and fun times. All right, thanks for coming. Have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving to some of you that have Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I'm grateful for all of you that watch my streams, that give comments, that give me the thumbs up. I really appreciate your comments and your encouragement. And my thing's really crooked. It kind of goes over time. All right, so that's it for me. Bye, y'all.